Hey everyone, Ryan here with the Erie GLDL semifinals between Panda and Hippo. This video is from Panda's point of view. I will say I have been there, done that, having to record on the TV before I got my capture card. There's some really old videos on my own channel you can go back and look at for that. This is going to be a pretty exciting battle. I went ahead and glanced at the pace like I usually do before. Don't know everything front and back that both these trainers brought. The Credilli seems like a super good ring here on Panda's part. Initially, I really like that, especially because VMAX Blastoise seems like a threat. There's no redirection on this side, and I noticed that Hippo has some pretty potent options for setup sweepers and threats. So I'm interested to see how Panda sort of wants to work around these. Rotom, Milotic, Aromatisse, Credilli, game one. Okay, I can dig that. I think it's definitely solid. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see how things play out. In general, the so far finals have been going pretty smooth for GLDL. A lot of the matches have been really, really good. I've been impressed with every division match I've seen from all the divisions, so really nice job to all the other finalists and playoff contenders. So we see our lock here, and we got our leads going. Also, a dog in the left corner under the TV. Very cute dog. Goodbye, dog. So, we see Blastoise Garbodor. It's a shiny Garbodor. Good. If it wasn't shiny, I think I would have just tossed this recording out the window. So, I mean, Dynamax Max Lightning doesn't seem too bad here, or a Max Flare into Garbodor to kind of lower its output. We're seeing a Flip Turn Weakness Policy activate, which I kind of did that tech off a Choice Scarf Milotic. So we'll kind of see how this plays out. I do remember this Garbodor is pretty quick, presumably for the Blastoise. This does seem like it could be risky if Blastoise just decides to click Shell Smash in your face, which it's not going to do, but because I know this variant doesn't have Shell Smash, but it was an option, so I do think it's worth pointing out that as a definite potential play. We see the Rotom is faster than the Blastoise, if the Blastoise decides to max this turn. So, yep. Definitely don't see much Garbodor in draft, in my opinion. It can be a pretty alright mon. It's got okay stats, and it's a poison type, so it's a good fairy killer. Into a team with something like Aromatisse as one of the big players, I do kind of like it. That Rotom, I was about to say, that was a lot of damage. I thought that had to be a crit or something. Milotic's attack stat's not that good. So, this Max Flare should go up. I would go Credilli here, predicting a Max Cannonade into the Rotom slot. I think that's super, super free. You see an Acid Spray come out into the Credilli slot. Not a Weakness Policy proc from the Garbodor yet. If they predicted the Flip Turn Switch out, really good job on Hippo's part. I do know that he has Steel Spike to handle this Credilli. But we'll see what the play was. Oh, damn. Very, very good play. Color me impressed. Definitely, you know, we can give Erie Division shit all we want, but that was not an Erie Division play right there. That was a high level play there to go for the Steel Spike in my Milotic slot. Definitely that's a risky read though. And I actually still think Panda's in a preferable position. I think you just Max Lightning the Blastoise, and then you just Scarf Icy Wind down the Garbodor and kill it at 1 HP. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can Tech Blastoise to live, but because it's got that Cannonade, it can't turn off the weather. So these water moves coming out aren't going to be boosted. Um, so that weather advantage is really nice here for Panda. And the Rotom seems decently bulky if it's got like 315 HP, while maxed Rotom's base HP is kind of bad. So I think it's got a little bit of invest. Garbodor protects. I think that's a decent play. Okay, Scarf Icy Wind comes out. Lower speed on the Blastoise, kind of unnecessary, but that was more so to just pick up the Garbodor. And that is almost an Oko. Barely lives. Holy crap. Maybe should have gone for not Icy Wind there, I guess. We're also seeing more Icy Wind in these final sets in GLDL than I think I've seen the entire season. So we see the Cannonade come out. This is a weakness policy Cannonade, but it's in Sun. So Rotom's going to die to that Cannonade, though. So I think both maxes are effectively done here. Man, that Skill Spike turn 1, that was quite the play. And Milotic doesn't take the Cannonade chip. However, you've got an Icy Wind locked Milotic against 4 more Mons. 2 of your Mons are already down. That does not feel very good. I mean, it depends, but Aromatisse's damage output isn't amazing here. And Hippo could have plenty of things in the back to help clean this game up, so I guess it just kind of depends. If I'm Panda, I'm not liking my position here. I don't know if that was a roll to KO the Blastoise or not. And I don't really want to call that Icy Wind a misplay to finish off the 1 HP Garbodor, but we have a 2v2 here that I don't love. There's our Cannonade chip. Weezing's neutralizing gas, probably. Either that or it's terrain, we'll see. And Thunderous. Yeah, I don't think that we're going to see this game one for the Panda. We do find out it's neutralizing gas, which is really good information for game 2. Setting Trick Room here seems like a bad idea. I think you just go for the Psychic, Icy Wind, and pray. Or you just Moonblast Thunderous, go for the Icy Wind, hope for a crit. And not a special attack drop if it's, yeah. And by now, Panda definitely knows that this is Scarf Milo. That's not insignificant damage into Thunderous. He will find out if it's Defiant here game 1, which is really good information. Smart Strike coming out. That's a tech you don't see every day on Thunderous. But I do like it. That does reveal that this is a Life Orb Thunderous physical set. Oh, actually, he won't know if it's Defiant or not because of neutralizing gas. So, never mind. Disregard me. I'm being dumb. Weezing's very easy to forget about, guys. Gets the special attack drop. Okay, but Cannonade will kill the Aromatisse here. Yeah. I believe that is game 1. Another Icy Wind comes out. Man, that Skill Spike read really got him in the win. Huge props for that. I think that was a very advanced and a fairly tough read to make. Wild Charge just KOs. Not even a crit, so that's an extremely offensive Thunderous. And Weezing stares him down. I also like the neutralizing gas to stop the Credilli from letting that Blastoise sweep through. I actually really like the combination here of having the Flash Cannon for the Credilli and also having the having that Credilli be stopped by both the neutralizing gas and the max steel spike from the Blastoise feels like really good prep to me. However, I don't actually think that was a super unwinnable. That felt like had the Lightning KO'd. I don't love the position there. We see a huge shift, deciding Mons fairly quickly. I'm assuming like a max Credilli here is maybe the plan. I feel like you need offensive pressure here. I think Excadrill and Rotom are kind of the picks. I don't think your Milo does you a lot of good here, especially because you don't want it in the back getting locked into something you don't want it to be. I can definitely get behind an Excadrill call here. I don't really think you change your lead if you are Hippo for this game. Seems like it worked pretty well last game. You have to make that Steel Spike read, so, I mean, it's not a very guaranteed Game 2 win con, but you saw how much the Stoice can do in the right circumstances. Yeah. Same lead. We see a Persian Aromatisse come out. And a Nerve, which is nice. Doesn't really matter in this instance, but I like it. See that? Fake out Trick Room. That to me seems like a pretty good play. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked to see Blastoise just max and go for a Steel Spike. Not threatening a ton of offense with this lead. Your plan with this kind of a lead is to stall the Blastoise max from the opponent, hoping to bait it, which I wouldn't actually be shocked to see the bait work. So we'll kind of wait and see how this plays out. And that does support my idea that this is max Credilli. I think that you're not setting terrain for Excadrill most of the time, or TR for Excadrill most of the time. Then again, you know, if we've seen Latios TR, so we can see Excadrill TR, I guess. So we do see the Blastoise max. Probably Steel Spike. Garbodor could protect here. It also could just go for the kill. I think one of the better plays to make here potentially is just getting the Persian off the field. Just go for the Cannonade into it. We see the Weak Armor activate on Garbodor, giving it a speed boost. So the Cannonade goes out. If it goes into the Persian, I really like this play. Goes into the Aromatisse. I guess that breaks Sash for the following turn. And I guess you know it's Babiri already. Just seems like... I mean, it's a good way to get damage onto the Aromatisse. I'm just not 100% sure how much I love it. Protect the Aromatisse. I like that. Conserve it for a bit. However, I am worried that this Garbodor might just Giga Drain into the Blastoise, since I saw that was on the sheet for the Weakness Policy proc. So this certainly could go poorly. Basically, a lot of calls have to be made here. I mean, I would feel pretty safe going for the Giga Drain, honestly, considering just the fact that neither of these mons apply any offensive pressure, really, to that Garbodor. The Aromatisse has Psychic, but that hasn't been revealed yet. Persian lives, because Policy is not activated. And Blastoise's base special attack is actually kind of trash. Yeah, see a Body Slam come out? You kind of don't love a para here. Yeah. And we see an Acid Spray come out into the Aromatisse. I don't love that play. I feel like you just proc the policy there most of the time. Switching out. Garbodor is going to go down here to the Psychic, too. So the proc on the Blastoise isn't going to get to go off. I don't know how I feel about this Excadrill switch yet. Feels a little risky in the face of Blastoise, but hey. If you're predicting the Aromatisse to go down here, I think this is an okay play. Ooh, and we see a Protect from the Garbodor. Psychic's not going to pick up the KO this turn. Steel Spike into the Aromatisse. Okay. I mean, Max has been stalled pretty effectively here. And you've got late game Fake Out. So I don't think this is an awful position to be in, but I personally don't love it. Cradilli gets a free hit into Garbodor, which is actually the thing that's threatening it on the field right now, honestly. I'm this Excadrill, I protect. Got 2 turns of Trick Room left, so... Okay, I can get behind this. I like the Iron Head, that covers the potential Garbodor switch. I'm assuming this must be a pretty slow Excadrill then. I mean, you know the Garbodor's fast from the weak armor. And Blastoise can be run fast. Typically the Shell Smash variants are pretty quick. This one might not be, though. So, it's 4v3. You've got a Persian in the back that can be annoying and fake out something, which I actually really like that option to help secure an endgame potentially. And you've got a late game Max Cradilli here. And it screams an unholy noise. Okay, Stoice Protect, stalling a turn of Max. However, really, with Overgrowth, Terrain Boost is huge. Like, you really want that Terrain Boost to give you that little bit of an edge in terms of calcs, because that makes it way more spammable. I also like having the Meteor Beam on here, because that can also let the Excadrill get fast when it needs to, if this is a Sand Rush variant, or a Sand Force variant as well. Give it that oomph. Okay, Iron Head comes out here. Does pick up the KO. Nice. Alright, I'm sort of liking the positioning that I'm seeing here for the late game. Definitely felt a little risky, though. I feel like had they gone for the... assuming they have Wheezing, had they gone for the Giga Drain, I do feel like that could have been fairly potent here, potentially. I also like the high horsepower tech on the Excadrill, knowing that you're going to be setting grassy terrain, so you don't want Earthquake. Good stuff. Good tech. Okay, Weezing comes out. Now you can hit water moves into Excadrill, if you want. I think your best win con is to double protect the Blastoise. And we do see the Rockfall come out here. Doesn't super matter. For the... and predicting the switch. Good. Well, even if it's not predicting the switch, I think Rockfall's fine there. Hello, man. Dog is back in the bottom left corner. All is good. There we go. Okay. Setting up that Sandstorm on that last turn of TR is a really, really good idea, even though the Excadrill's not getting anything out of it because its ability's turned off right now. And I think this is a definite win. Blastoise can't apply enough pressure here to pull the win, and that Excadrill can clean up the Weezing fine. So, overall, good game plan. I definitely feel like it wasn't as secure had some of those blasts. I either had the Blastoise max been conserved or been played a little differently. It didn't feel as secure to me as perhaps it could have been. However, I do think this was played well by both. We'll also get more speed tier information here in a second, in terms of who outspeeds who. Alright, that Iron Head comes out first, so Excadrill's the fastest thing on the field. Hydro Pump comes out, and a miss. Man, that sucks. That Sludge Bomb does pretty much nothing with that Credilli. Very bulky Mon. I'm a huge fan of Credilli in draft. I think it's very underrated. That Grass Rock typing really helps it get around things like poison moves. So, yeah, this was a really good game too. Nice adjustment made. And I'm interested to see how Game 3 plays out. But man, that insane read. Hippo had an insane read game one. Let me tell you what. I mean, yeah, sure, you can predict the Credilli coming in, predicting the Cannonade, yada yada. Like, yeah, that's... I mean, that can be obvious, but Steel Spiking into a Milotic slot like that is so risky, and it's so cool that kind of paid off. Okay, so that's game. Really well played end game there. I was really impressed by it. So we're on to game 3. So now the question is if both adjust or not. The Credilli max seemed good, but I'm not sure how consistent it's going to be. And I definitely think the game plan is going to have to be reconsidered by Hippo here. Now I have kind of peeked. I know what Hippo's other mode is. I'm not 100. The other main mode is a really cool looking support Hydreigon into a justified Arcanine. We see Credilli Rotom lead. With Milo in the back and Excadrill. That's just offense. That is pretty much pure offensive presence. So we're not seeing a whole lot of the support options coming this game 3. I do think a Credilli Rotom lead is overall really strong, though. Just in general, I think it's really good. That way, you have to Steel Spike the Credilli if you want to go for early Blastoise, and Credilli can just swap out into Milotic at any point, so you have a super tough call to make there if you're on the other end. And you know the Rotom's faster, so definitely like that. We see Weezing Arcanine as the lead. This is a very interesting lead. Protecting on the Credilli, and we're seeing a Volt Switch to get into a better position from the Rotom. Right now, Rotom is actually vulnerable to Max Quake, which is actually kind of notable here, if that Arcanine... I think Arcanine can tech Max Quake. I don't know if this one did. Ooh, we see a swap into the Hydreigon slot. Okay. I'm not sure why. A Meteor Beam could have just gone off there. Now, this is the first time we're seeing this Hydreigon set. I do think you just go into Scarf Milotic, yeah, and just click Icy Wind or Ice Beam. Both seem pretty free here. And then I would honestly just Meteor Beam the other slot. Yeah. Get that +1. Or not. I mean, you know that the Hydreigon can't levitate here as well, which is funny. Yeah. He could switch out the Weezing into the Arcanine here and get the Justified boost with the beat up. However, I think that that's been covered for. So we'll kind of have to wait this one out and see what the play ends up being. Oh wait, you actually can't just click Meteor Beam because this isn't a power herb, Credilli. That's my bad. You have to max it to get the Rockfall damage off. That's my mistake. I'm assuming Life Orb was needed for certain calcs, so I support that 100%. Sometimes it's really good to have a move like Meteor Beam or Steel Beam or whatever, just so that way your Dynamax gets those full power base moves in general. So I see Ice Beam and Credilli max. Ice Beam doing an okay chunk. This is a fairly defensive Hydreigon. Oh, Snarl coming out into a competitive Milotic? Oh, I guess it's not competitive right now. That's cool. See a Sludge Bomb come out, get a crit. Does it get crit poison? Nope. Alright. Not quite a KO. Raising that Spadaf is good, though. Why the max guard? I feel like you just go for the attack here most of the time. I don't see why you max guard. I feel like you want to get terrain up to boost your next attack or something. I feel like you just Rockfall here, or you just so you can get your special defense up even further. Just a little something, and it's stab, so it'll hurt. I mean, you know that Weezing can't hit you that hard. Oh, when we see a Pain Split come out, healing that Weezing for a lot of damage. Yeah, Pain Split's generally kind of a slept-on move, I think. On a mon like Weezing, it's really quite good. Go for the Rockfall. Go for the Rockfall. Chip everybody. Yay! Okay. Going into the Excadrill for the Sand Rush boost, presumably. On a follow-up. Yeah. I mean, this has been some pretty good max stalling on Hippo's end. However, there's still a lot of damage output to come. And man, Sandrush Excadrill is just a threat. And this Credilli has like +3 Spidaf, so you're not like killing it with some flash cannons anytime soon, I don't believe. Especially if that Blastoise can't get boosted. Granted, poison hurts, but this is definitely still within the wheelhouse of being Panda's game, I think, even losing the max advantage. See Arcanine come out here. Good play. Oh, switching Credilli out, losing those special defense boosts. Going for a Protect as well. I think this is an okay play. Took a second for me, though. I'm just not sure what this Arcanine's gonna, like, do. So, it maxes here to get damage going. I think a max flare is pretty smart. Okay, Weezing Protect. I like that. So we see the flare come out into the Milotic. Takes some damage. Sun is up. This is definitely a close set. Flip turn and high horsepower into Weezing. Okay. Flip turn into Rotom. High horsepower comes out. Does pick up the Weezing. Quake comes out into the Excadrill slot. Man, if that had gone into the Milotic slot, that would have been insane. But now you've got two special attackers facing down a +1 Excadrill, or placing down a +1 Mon in its preferred weather. I think Cordelia is correct here. You need to save that Scarf Milo in the back, for sure. And Blastoise comes out. Okay. More pivoting. I like the Volt Switch flip turn in general, because that lets you get some chip damage off while covering the weaknesses of the Mons pretty nicely. I'm just here for dog content. I just get distracted. This is why I need this is why you need capture cards, because otherwise I'll just look at your cute dogs and people walking up the stairs and I won't watch the game. We see Max Flare come out here into Credilli, who eats it up with that Protect, and then we see Volt Switch come out, but Blastoise protected. Also a pretty effective job of stalling what I thought was a really solid max. I mean, Arcanine can go down to some muddy waters here, and Blastoise can't hit Rotom with anything super effective, so... Now you Volt Switch the Blastoise, it already protected. Or you protect this turn, it doesn't really matter. Got 2 turns of Harsh Sunlight, so... Oh, going for the Thunder. Okay. I respect it a lot. That is a scary play, though. That is a super scary play. Okay, Credilli goes down. However, this Blastoise Hydro Pump that'll come out will be nerfed by this. And Thunder lands. Is this enough? Not quite. Weakness Policy activates, though. If this Hydro Pump hits, that might just... be the game. See a Terrain Pulse come out. Why? Oh no. Well, you know Volt Switch kills from here, so you Volt Switch, and then you You muddy water. Yeah. There you go. Oh. Okay, that was a really stressful turn. That could have gone the other way really quickly. I mean, I guess you don't have any guarantee that Iron Head from the Arcanine's going to KO the Credilli. But man, I don't know how I feel about that terrain pulse. This was a really good set. Really great adjustments by both. And we're still not done. It never stops, everyone. Ever. Plus, I mean, who knows? This might be 4-attack Arcanine. Wait, we've seen Steel Spike. We know it has Quake, Steel Spike, Flare. Fourth move hasn't been revealed unless he should protect. I'm dumb. Nope, Wild Charge is there. Okay. Well. Can Rotom do it? I think you Volt Switch, and then you basically... I mean, Arcanine can hit you for how much? Not anything. I feel like the higher damage output might have just been a boosted, like, Flare Blitz there. Just because it's stab. What an endgame. This was precarious. Either of them could have won this set, honestly. With a couple different plays and a couple different things happen, and with some RNG playing out a little different. I mean, this really could have been anyone's set. Technically still is if some crits happen. We do see the Blitz come out. Probably should have come out last turn. Yeah, probably should have come out last turn. I think if you do the Blitz last turn and crit, I think you win. You still might win to a Blitz crit, because this Volt Switch ain't killing. That was a crit Volt Switch. Okay, so you have to land a Thunder here, I think. Yeah. These people, man, they just stress me out. I just can't. Alright, we see the Rotom. Barely living. Let me see that Thunder. Is it enough to pick up the KO? He gets the Para. And that's all you need. That's all you need from the Volt Switch. Oh my god.
That's crazy.
Yeah, if you didn't hear that, that's crazy. That was a loss right there, if not for that 30% Thunder and that 70% accurate Thunder hitting. Yeah, I'd throw away my camera right now. So that was the game. I know my commentary here was a little bit rougher than it might have usually been, but it is fairly late and I've had a long day of teaching. This was a great set to both players, and I hope they all have a great rest of the week. Bye.